All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you on a snowy Friday at Rosie's Corner. You know why I'm here? Fish Friday. You can come and get the theme foods during the week. They have your meatloaf Monday, your turkey slop Tuesday, Wednesday chicken and biscuits, and of course today, the biggie, Fish Friday with the mac and cheese, the unbelievable coleslaw and french fries. You can pair that with it as well. Come on down, get your haddock dinner or your fish sandwich. Either or works here at Rosie's Corner. By the way, it smells amazing in here because they're baking. You can get your desserts as well. Brownies, they just made football cookies. They've got unbelievable stuff going on in the bakery here. Plus, I'm getting a pastrami Reuben to go. They've got awesome sandwiches, subs, you name it. Pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more, and all the salads coming out of the cooler as well. Rosie's Corner is the head game day headquarters for the ML Sports Platter to come on down. And don't forget, tomorrow is Syracuse game day. That means any single pizza wing combination gets you any free 2-liter of soda, and that, of course, includes the orange soda to go with your Syracuse orange game day. Let's get into something that has been absolutely boggling the mind for me, and that has been on just everybody's shows, everybody's platforms, everybody's opinion pieces, everybody's monologues, and that is the overreaction after a Super Bowl. Folks, it's one game. That's it. That's the list that we just had for guys like Kyle Shanahan. I know he was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, but he was a coordinator, not a head coach. These are two different deals. And also, Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback for the 49ers as well, and I am pinpointing those two specifically for this very reason. Can we give these guys a chance here? Can we give these guys a little bit of time? I know that the easy answer in today's society, of course, is no, we can't. We demand everything. It's a prisoner of the moment type of thing. We want everything in 2 seconds. Somebody wins a Super Bowl, we want him to win 2. Somebody wins 2, we want him to win 4. LeBron goes to a bunch of NBA finals, he wins 3. He's got to win 6 to be Michael Jordan. All this sort of thing. Kobe Bryant dies, we got to compare him to everybody else. Let's take a breather here and please pull back to reality. And in this particular situation, what pisses me off is the San Francisco 49ers did the ultimate NFL thing. Remember when they had 4 wins? Remember when one of the trademark franchises in the NFL was a complete laughingstock? Enter unbelievable hire of John Lynch as a general manager, a former player. A lot of people doubted it. Jed York, in terms of the front office, brought him in. They ended up trading for Jimmy Garoppolo, and the franchise completely turned around. Now, granted, Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt with the ACL and all the rest, but he came back just fine. They had 2 incredible drafts right in a row. They go get Nick Bosa. The fortunes were there because they could go get him because they already had the quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. They go from 4 wins to winning the NFC West and go to the Super Bowl. It wasn't like they went from 4 wins to 9 and lost in the wild card round. This team won the NFC. The NFC was far superior than the AFC this year. The AFC had the Chiefs, a down Patriot team, a Ravens team that relied on the ground game, and a Lamar Jackson arcade situation that ended up basically shitting the bed in the postseason. The NFC was way better. They had to play the Seattle Seahawks twice. You had to deal with the Green Bay Packers and the rankings and all the rest, and playing people left and right. Crushed the Packers. You had to deal with a Viking team, a good Viking team. You had to deal with the Saints. You had to deal with perhaps either the Cowboys or the Eagles going into the season. We know that those 2 teams underachieved. Not the point. The NFC was much stronger than the AFC, and the 49ers had to contend with those teams either on the field, playing them, in the division, out of the division, or even just in the standings in terms of the pure eye test. So when you look at this San Francisco 49ers team, if I'm a 49er fan, I am happy as hell, and I am plugging the ears here. Look, this is not Bill Walsh, Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Joe Montana, Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, Charles Haley, okay, and all that sort of thing. The old golden age, DeBartolo, 4 Super Bowls and all the rest in the 80s. George Seifert, the 5th ring in the 80s with Steve Young and company, 90s. It is not that type of era yet. It very well could be. They could build something here and all the rest. I don't think it will be because of the way the cap works and all that. But that's not the idea of the video. The idea of the video is to give Jimmy Garoppolo time and to give Kyle Shanahan, a very bright mind, a lot of time. For God's sakes, do I think that Kyle Shanahan should have run the ball a little bit more in the 4th quarter? Sure. Do I think he should have run the ball when they were up 20-10 a little bit more as well before that? Sure. Do I think that he should have run the football to start the second half for shits and giggles? Possibly. The 49ers ran the ball probably enough, and Jimmy Garoppolo did his thing. I mean, he got out of the pocket. He was working play action. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, they ran their offense when the game was tied, and they ran their offense when the game was 20-10 and they were leading. This is not 28-3 with the Atlanta Falcons playing against Bill Belichick and the Patriots, not running the football after one of the greatest sideline catches you'll ever see in Julio Jones against New England. That is not the situation. This is the 49ers up 20-10 in the Super Bowl, still running their offense, and Jimmy Garoppolo missing a play here and there. Now, will I tell you that, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo, maybe you shouldn't have even been throwing the ball, you can use your ball control and the like, fine. But by the same token, did you see Jimmy Garoppolo go into New Orleans earlier this year when everybody said he couldn't win a shootout game? He went out and won a shootout game in New Orleans, one of the toughest places to play. Granted, a lot of 49er fans, but he went into that game and out-dueled Drew Brees. First ballot, not 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, first ballot Hall of Famer. I think the 49ers are going to be fine. Now, look, they might have a letdown next year. They might come back a little bit. They might not win the division. The Seahawks could have a better year. Well, hello, they have Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, 2 Hall of Famers in their own right. Not the point. Everybody's giving up on the 49ers at this particular time. I think it's not everybody, but a lot of people on the national stage because Kyle Shanahan didn't run the ball enough, and maybe, just maybe, Jimmy Garoppolo's just not the guy. Is he not allowed to have a bad game? And also, can we please give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs? Isn't this Super Bowl more about the Chiefs beating the 49ers? Look, the 49ers were up by 10 points with about 7+ minutes to go. I understand. But that's not up 20 with 7 minutes to go. It's 10 points. That's not that big of a deal when you've got Andy Reid and the arcade, once-in-a-lifetime marvel, perhaps, Patrick Mahomes, who could go to who knows how many Super Bowls, won the NFL MVP a year ago, NFL MVP, 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, unbelievable player, 24 years old, Super Bowl MVP. When you're playing that team on the other side, and oh, by the way, they had to come back on the Titans and the Texans in the AFC playoffs to get to the Super Bowl. Clearly, they know how to come back. All it took was one strike. That's all you said. That's all I said. I was texting my buddies. One strike, one pass, one deep throw. Come on, Andy Reid. Come on, Mahomes. Throw it down the field. Break down the defense. One big throw is going to open it up. Voila. 44 yards down the field. Mahomes gets out to the left. He's getting pressured. He throws. He uses his leg in an unbelievable flick play to Tyreek Hill, who got open, which was a beautiful play. And then the ball started rolling offensively for the Kansas City Chiefs. I just think people are losing their collective minds out there. The national platforms of Jimmy G's and the guy, Kyle Shanahan's not that good. What's going to happen? Blah, blah, blah. The same thing happened last year when Sean McVay and the Rams went to the Super Bowl. They lost to the Patriots, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. They've been there a few times before, in case you hadn't heard, and that doesn't mean that Sean McVay forgot all about football this year just because they missed the postseason. They had to step back. Do I love Jared Goff? I don't, but I'm not giving up on the Rams here in terms of getting back to the postseason and having uber success. Give the 49ers time. Kyle Shanahan's a very bright guy. He clearly got to a spot, winning a division, getting home field, and up 20-10 in a Super Bowl. If you can get to that point, you're clearly doing something right. And Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm a big believer in. In fact, I think if the 49ers give up on this guy and somebody else gets him, it is going to be an absolute treasure for that other team. 49ers, amazing year. Won the division. Jimmy Garoppolo, really, really good year. They won games in different spots. They found out that Nick Bosa is the absolutely incredible new defensive force in the NFL. I am absolutely thrilled to be a football fan to watch the 49ers from here on out, and they had a fantastic, fantastic year. I think they're going to be around for a long time and very competitive, and perhaps with this Garoppolo-Shanahan combination, even get back to and win a Super Bowl. And Nick Bosa on the defensive side is spectacular to watch as well. Front office, quarterback, head coach. The 49ers, in my opinion, have all three, and those are the three goods that you need to win in the NFL. Get on down here to Rosie's Corner. Pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. Their themed food days today. Fish Friday, highlighting with the mac and cheese or the coleslaw and fries. And again, tomorrow is Syracuse Hoops game day. Get your pizza wing combination, any one. It'll get you a free 2-liter of orange soda or any soda that you so desire. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports, and as I always tell you, enjoy the games.